Hello and welcome. My name is Ida Jimenez and I work with Bunsey. And I'm really excited to be here with everyone to really be able to kick off this wonderful celebration where our hope is to be able to give recognition and really be able to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of different women around the world who have done tremendous things to be able to advance our societies, to be able to support our children, and really to help us build a better world and future for all of us. And with that, for today's celebration, we're really looking forward to be able to learn about different women who have, again, done these amazing different things. But when we look back in our society, even through history, there was a point in time where we realized that as women, we didn't always have all the opportunities ahead of us. And we, at the time, had been fighting for more and more rights. And while we are still fighting for more rights, what I think is more important now is that we recognize that there are already people, all these different women, that have done outstanding work to be able to support all of us. And that is what I'm excited about today, is that while there are still accomplishments that we have yet to achieve, what's incredible is that a lot of different women around the world are doing incredible things already. And that's what the spirit of today's event is, to be able to celebrate all of the incredible accomplishments that different women have done all this year and in the past. And so I'm really looking forward to learning more about the folks that we are going to recognize today.
Hello there. What a wonderful opportunity has been presented to me today when I have been asked to say what I feel about Women's Day. I really don't know if I can say all that I want to about Women's Day in 2 to 3 minutes, because there is so much as a woman that I want to say. I'm Swati, an educator from Kolkata, India. The first thing that I would want to say about Women's Day is that
Think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness, as quoted by Oprah Winfrey. We are celebrating inspiring women locally and globally around the globe. 8 March marks a very special day for those who bear the XX chromosome around the world. As this date has been declared as the International Women's Day, where we celebrate every woman's achievement throughout history. No matter how big or small your achievement is, it is all deserved to be acknowledged. And in conjunction with All Female Day occasion, Inspire Malaysia has come up with this event, Global Inspiring Women's Award 2020, to celebrate the achievements of all the women in Malaysia and around the globe in many fields, let it be politics, business, education, space, science, medical, engineering, sports, and more fields. I would like to welcome Inspire Malaysia CEO, Mr. Ruben Arumugam, our speakers of today's event, Dr. Azma Abdul Hamid from Malaysia, Mrs. Gartatik Suhakar from Indonesia, Mrs. Priti Kantake from India, Mrs. Nadzeha Ivanova from Russia, and special welcome to all the audience who are tuning in from Malaysia and around the globe. Let us celebrate women around us to give credits to their amazing achievements. There are women locally and globally who are inspiring many other women in many fields, namely Ambika Srinivasan, Tun Dr. Hasma Ali, Datin Paduka Marina Mahathir, Pandelela Renong, Dato Nicole and David, Dato Sri Siti Nohaliza, Kamala Harris, Mel Robbins, Radhika Jones, Serena Williams, Shobana Chandrakumar, and more other inspiring women whom we read about. Now, without further ado, I'm going to invite our first speaker, Dr. Azma Abdul Hamid, our Malaysian inspiring educator, who is known to many of us as a mentor in guiding us to get connected in teaching using technology tools. She is down to earth person in helping the needy in our society, regardless of time and places before pandemic, during pandemic, and even now after pandemic. I have seen numerous posts of her in many social media pages. Let me welcome our mentor inspiring person, Dr. Azma Abdul Hamid. Please welcome Doctor to share your inspiring activities for all of us.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to everyone. Thank you very much, moderator of tonight, Cikgu Nirmala. Before we proceed, I would sincerely like to thank Inspire, especially the CEO, Mr. Ruben, for initiating this idea and for making this available to us. I am very honored and humble to be chosen as one of the speaker for tonight to share what I have done for the last years of my life as a teacher and also as an educator in general. Right? I would like to share my screen. Let me share my screen for a while. I am a person that needs visual in order to make my talk more organized. That's the reason why I have prepared my slides. Okay, so there were a few questions that were given to us to address for this particular presentation, and we got about 10 minutes to share what we have done. As far as our achievement is concerned, as mentioned by Cikgu Nirmala, the moderator, that achievement does not have to be a big one. Even little achievement need to be celebrated and need to be recognized. So for that, I think Inspire lives up to its name of trying to inspire little people like us to do good and also to do the best in the world. All right. I was born a very long time ago in a small village in Malaysia. When and this is the home that I used to grow up with. I used to grow up in, and when I was growing up, the wood stove was still trendy. So you can imagine how old I am. All right. But let's not talk about age, because to me, as soon as I reached 21, I stopped counting. Okay, coming from a village, I had my entire early education in my village in Negeri Sembilan, in my primary school and secondary school. But as soon as I finished my secondary school, I was lucky enough to have been able to travel abroad. At that point of time, I think traveling abroad was something very phenomenal, but I managed to go to Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, USA, for my tertiary studies without a scholarship. All right, so I went on my own. Therefore, when I was there, I had to work and also I had to study at the same time, right? Because unlike people with scholarship, they only study, but people like us, we have to also work and earn our living so that we can continue to study. So once I finished my bachelor degrees in LSU, I moved to another school in the US. It's called School for International Training in Vermont, USA, for my MA. it's a very interesting school. It is mainly looking at international education, focusing on international living and stuff. Yeah. Then after my MA, I came home for a while, and then after that, I decided to get into a university, and they sent me abroad again, and I end up the third time in the Big Apple, which is New York City. And I spent about 3.5 years in New York City at Teachers College, Columbia U. All right. So basically, my education has been quite colorful in the sense that I had the opportunity to experience different types of education, and also different ways of perspective, and also different ways of thinking. This to me has actually given me a very solid ground, solid thinking, solid perspective as far as education is concerned, because the experience, the exposure that I had from my experience in LSU, which is in the south of USA, Vermont, which is in the east, very cold, and also in New York City, which is the Big Apple, which is all the experience, all the culture and things are there. So this actually helped me shape who I am today. Because in order for me to survive all of this, there is a lot of sacrifices, there is a lot of work that needs to be done. Okay, now I am a CEO and also the founder of a company that focuses on education-related solution, focusing on e-learning, and also e-learning system and e-learning content, plus any other technology-based solution. I think I'm a little bit different from the rest of the speaker today, because I am not directly a teacher in school, but I do get involved with teachers and students, in my work as a company owner, and also in my work on the side, which is my charity work. So if you want to know more about my company, you can go and check out contentcapital.com, www.content-capital.com. All right, and I have been involved with teachers, especially training teachers, and also mentoring teachers, coaching teachers, because I am associated with Microsoft. I've been Microsoft Global Training Partner since 2015. Okay, the other lucky strike or stroke in my life is that I have had the opportunity to travel quite a bit, and this also actually gives us the opportunity to see what is happening in other parts of the world, and from there you learn, and from there you can actually bring it back and see how those experiences can actually help you in helping your own community. So I have gone to a lot of different places. I've been to India. Actually, I've been to India twice. I've been to the end of the what do you call it, the last piece of land before the Arctic Ocean, which is in Svalbard, Norway. Last December, I was in at the last piece of what do you call it, the last piece of land before the Antarctica, which is in Punta Arenas, Chile. Right. So this travel actually again help me, give me perspective of how I should contribute to the community, right? And these are not travel, holiday type of travel. Most of these travel are actually the work based, or where I go and present conferences, and also based on projects that I do with my clients, and also with my with people around me. All right. So again, experiences and knowledge is something that you learn, but experiences actually give meaning to that knowledge that you learn. So for those of you young people out there, right, young teachers and whoever is in the audience today, if you have the chance, do travel. All right, get as much experience as you can, and it will actually give you an advantage of when you look at situations in our own community, and how we can actually help develop solutions for that community, for our community. Okay, I was asked to talk about my success. As the definition of the word success can be different from different people. My success, I usually will not measure it in terms of material wealth, but I do measure my success based on how I impact other people's life. All right. To me, I can have all the money in the world, but it will be meaningless if I cannot use it to actually help people, especially in our own community. All right. So I have actually, in addition to my work, I have also done a lot of on the side kind of work, which is through my charity organization, looking at the educational aspect of our, the community that we are in. So as you can see in this example here, one of the things that I love doing is actually working with the underprivileged communities and making sure that the children will also have the same level playing field as any children in other parts of our country, as Malaysia is concerned. Because I think in Malaysia, our education system is pretty good as far as what the government is providing. But there are also areas like the Aborigines or the inner city schools. These are communities that need a little bit more help, that need a little bit more, what do you call it, assistance, as far as sometimes motivation and things like that. So I have a group of young people with me, and we go down to the ground and we take a look at what the community is lacking, and we try as much as possible to help them so that they will have the same chances as any of the other communities in our country. All right, so that nobody is left behind. I think that is the key for any education system in the world. Okay, when we talk about Women's Day, what does it mean to me? I think the definition of the word women itself carries a lot of weight, and this quotation to me resonates. That that kind of thinking. If you educated a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. To me, just looking at my late mom and also those women in my life, this quotation I think is very, very true, because the home is the beginning of education. And who stays at home, who makes sure that the home is well taken care of and it is not broken and things like that, it is usually the woman. All right, therefore it's the woman actually holds a very high or a very important responsibility in producing next generation, in producing people who will be able to contribute back to the society. So on what does Women's Day mean to me personally? On Women's Day, 8th of March, what I usually do is actually reflect on what have I done for the last 1 year, what kind of achievement that I have managed to get, what are some of my weaknesses, what are some of the other things that I need to do. As I think, as everyone know, to me, Women's Day is every day. But for that one special day of a year, we recognize, women who have achieved a lot and things like that. But at the same time, on a personal basis, it's a day to reflect. What else can we do? What have we done? And those kind of things. It's not something that, it's not just a celebration kind of thing, but it is a day for us to make sure that we are on the right track. Especially now in this 21st century, a century of very volatile situation. A lot of changes happen within, within seconds and things like that. Therefore, the home needs to be very strong. The home needs to be very established. And usually the keeper of the home is usually the mother. All right. Therefore, to me, as the century becomes more and more advanced, the role of a mother becomes more and more important. Not to say that the father is not important, but by definition of our society, I think most society in this world, that the role of educating, the role of shaping the individual at home, is more on the mom's shoulder than the father's. All right, so the most important thing that we need to remember as a woman is that we are an important lot. All right, do not listen to anybody that says that we are not. All right, we actually can make or break a life. All right, we can actually make or break an individual. All right, so for those of us who still feel uncomfortable or who still feel insecure because we are a woman, please don't. All right, because I think it is, it is us that shapes the world more than the men. All right. I hope that the men will not attack me after this, but personal feeling, yeah, because I think in my own family, the person who actually is responsible for the discipline of the kids and whatnot has always been the mom. Right. Therefore, I think the contribution of the women to the society and to the world at large is something that is very important, and we should not belittle it. We should not put it down, regardless of where you are in this world. Right. Okay. So in trying to make a difference, in always trying to make a difference, we as women, we must continue to stay relevant. We cannot sit back and relax. We cannot, we cannot stop. We have to move with time. We have to make sure that we are not obsolete. We have to stay relevant all the time. Therefore, we need to continue to explore and reinvent ourselves. We need to continue to seek knowledge. We need to continue to make ourselves in the know of what is going on, so that we can actually discharge our responsibility accordingly. All right. Okay, so that is all I have to share with you as far as tonight is concerned. Again, I thank Ruben very much and Inspire Malaysia very much for giving me this opportunity to share, what I feel my role is, what I feel being a woman is all about. Okay, so thank you very much. Back to you, Cikgu Nirmala.
Great sharing, Dr. Azma, for enable us to see your achievement, inspiring many of us. You are an amazing educator to do such wonderful things in such a long period of time. And I would say you have such a dedication, and you must have been encouraged a lot by your mom as well. And I'm so proud also to hear that you have reached the North Pole, and you have succeeded in your mission. I hope many women out there are able to follow your path in doing wonders for people surrounding them. And as you said, educating a woman is actually educating a nation. Thank you so much for that quote, Dr. Azma. Truly appreciate whatever you have said. Thank you so much. Next, I'm delighted to welcome our second speaker, Mrs. Preeti Kantake from India. She is an incredible, inspiring educator who is known in Bansi world. You name it, and she will have all the creation of her students in Bansi. She's a primary educator at ZP High School, Vishnupuri, Nanded in Maharashtra State, India. She's a MIEE expert from 2018 up to now, Bansi ambassador, Wakelet ambassador, global Minecraft mentor, Skype master teacher, Adobe creative educator, T4 ambassador, book creator, and still learning, a loving and caring mom of two beautiful children. She believes that an inspiring woman is simply a woman who lives her life free from definitions, constraints, and attachments to generally accepted ideals and stereotypes of beauty and success. Without further ado, let me welcome Mrs. Preeti Kantake to deliver her inspiring stories. Please welcome Mrs. Preeti.
Hello, thank you so much. Namaste, Salam Petang, Malaysia.
Selamat
First, first of all, I would like to thank everybody present here and the arranger of this program for giving me an opportunity. And first, about my introduction, I would like to tell that I am Preeti Vilas Rao Kanthake, primary educator from Jilla Parishad High School, Vishnupuri, Nanded, and I'm working in Vishnupuri High School. It is a small town where students are live in small town, not having that much opportunities, and still they are eager and learning, and that inspire me a lot. And next one, I would like to share with you that when I started my journey as a teacher, I found that uh, in a school in Mudkhed Girls High School. I'm really uh, I feel really glad that I have started my journey in a girls' school, and I when I joined that school, I found that. आवाज कमी करो थोड़ा सा. I found that the girls are having too much of uh, interest getting knowledge, get learning, but they are not getting the proper guidance or proper opportunities in their life. So when I went that place, I found that they really need a proper guidance, they really need chances, and that I have started from working uh, for the students, for my students, and for myself also, because that is the change life changing point of my life, where I have started learning and doing for others also. So by while teaching in my classroom, I found the beautiful PD opportunities in my life, which are life changing for me. First of all, when I have started working as a teacher, I like to do different things in my classroom, and in my personal life also. I also believe that do everything every in every field, do your follow your interest, follow your uh, courage, everything in your life you have to follow. And when I started working on my PD development, I found that there are too much of opportunities that Microsoft have given for the teachers, not only for the teacher, for students also. So while doing day by day courses, I found that I can do too much for my students and in my personal life also. So I did too much of courses, near about 200 courses of Microsoft, and gradually increasing my professional development. I have also started doing my completing my education, and while completing my education, I found that girls are lacking behind. So I have started working for the girls education, and that inspires me a lot for the girls education. And I started my work from the uh, place where girls are not that much uh, girls are fully engaged with the household work. They are not allowed to take too much of opportunities. And uh, when I start doing the uh, when I started doing the work, I found that every student should give should every student, every girl should have to think that she is a creator. She is not just person that do not have opportunities, because I found that uh, every girl should have sorry. And while doing these things, I have to face lot of the problems in my life. Being a woman, every woman in India, I think she is facing the problems, the same situation I have to face. But I did not stop for the any sake. I believe in myself. I tried hard, and I work a lot for myself, not only for myself, for others also. And now as a successful woman, I am here, but I would like to say that count your success in little things. Don't think that you are successful if you do some uh, extraordinary work, or you have to do something different from others. Not at all. You have to follow your dreams, you have to work for your dreams, and you have to do little things for yourself, for your family, for the people around you. And also, you don't lose your hope, never say die. And every time count your success in a little things. One thing I would like to tell you that, mm, success maybe you can count in the big things, but I would like to tell you that I passing a 12th exam is a lifetime achievement for me. You must say, what is the big thing, passing the 12th exam? But it is a successful life. My lifetime success in is my 12th exam, which teaches me a lot. I have gone through many crises. At that age, I have too much of responsibilities, and I am glad that God has given me a power to face each and every problem. My friends, my family supported a lot. And I would like to tell that every person, every woman can do it. Success can be measured in a small thing. I am telling, uh, uh, when I give a 12th exam, I was having a child, and also just age of 16 or 17, I got married. So that is the big thing, a life changing thing in my life. Every girl, I think every girl can face this situation in India. uh, under underage, they are having the too much of responsibilities. At home, they are carrying their elder sisters and brothers and taking education. I have seen my students also doing this, and this thing cannot drag you down. You just work on it, don't lose your hope. And I think that is the inspiration of my life. That crisis, see your the crisis as an opportunity. Every time you have to face the situation you are having, not as a crisis, but you can find an opportunity in that. You can develop your life. Everything is in your hand. A woman is a powerful person in the world. It is a wow creation of a God. God has created you beautifully. God has given you a beautiful life. Everything you can do. So why to feel less for ourselves? And so that success is not a small, not a big thing. You can count your success in a small thing, like every day. You are household work also, you are doing a proper work. If any woman doing his work, daily work properly, that is a success for her. So count your success, count your happiness in little things. Do whatever you want, do whatever you love. uh, in your everyday life, just grab some me moments for yourself. Grab some moments for your hobbies, your work, your likes, dislikes. Also, you have to take care of yourself also. And I am also doing this by following everyday life. Like I just do meditation. I do exercise, and I follow my hobbies. I write poems, I write articles, and I sing songs. And also, I love to uh, uh, photography. I love photography, I love traveling. Everything I am doing with my profession. That is not a big deal to follow your dreams, to follow your hobbies. And when you are in a society, you are not just a woman, you are a person who can be ideal for the society. You can be uh, you have to help others, be helpful, be reliable for others, so that people can trust you. Give respect to others, so that people also give respect to you. and be humble for in any situation, because your nature, your humbleness can give you a big success. Be trustful, be natural. Don't do you do not have to do anything extraordinary to show off, to do something for others. And that is really inspire me, because I am, whatever I am doing, it's a natural thing. I am not doing for the sake of others. And that can inspire others, because whatever you are doing is really a good is really an ideal thing for others. Maybe some people don't have the opportunities which you have, so you have to enjoy every moment of your life. Enjoy your me moments. Take some time for yourself. Think about yourself, and give some time to your family, give some time to your professional development, to learn new things, update yourself, and technology, adapt the technology that is very essential for every woman. And if you are a household wife or anyone, you have to be updated, you have to be updated for the latest technology and latest news. And that will make you a ideal person who is inspiring others. And last but not the least, I would like to tell that being a woman, I am glad that I can do anything. I can do anything in this world. No one, no, there is no work. There is no work that I can't do. Just feel, trust yourself. Just feel a positive things. Keep in your mind, and do your things with a full of trust on your work, and you will be a successful woman. And thank you so much, everyone, for listening me carefully. I think that every woman is a special, every person is a special. And I would like to tell that every uh, every day is a woman's day, for not only women, but for men also, because we have to enjoy our feminism, we have to enjoy our freedom. Don't wait for others to give you opportunities. Just find your opportunities, create your opportunities, and create opportunities for others also. Thank you so much, and once again wish you all a very happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. for the lovely sharing. I can't agree more than congratulating you, because your story has actually moved many of us. So, the hardships you have gone through from your younger days until you said that you have passed 12th exam. Then least I know that 12th exam you took at the age of 16 by the time you were married, and you were having a lot of responsibility as a mother, as a wife. I'm not sure by that time you had a baby. I'm not sure about that. But the amount of hardships you have carried has actually moved many of us. So, I mean, being a great educator, you are inspiring many of us in your Bansi world, and I hope to collaborate in the future with you, definitely. And thank you so much for encouraging us to have dreams and go for it, and be humble, be kind, and be truthful to ourselves. Be ourselves. That is the one message that you have given to all of us. Be humble, be truthful, and be ourselves. Thank you so much, Mrs. Preeti Kantake. We'll meet again in second round. Well, I can't wait to call our next speaker, who is Mrs. Nadzeha Ivanova from Russia, who is known as Mrs. Nadia in global platforms. She is a caring and loving motherly figure mentor to many of us who are with her in global platforms. She will be helping many of us in organizing webinars related to Bansi, Wakelet, Flipgrid, and you name it, she will be there for you. She will not see the time, she will not see the day. She will just fix an appointment with you, and she'll be there to help. She will be there to help you. She's an English language teacher and project work facilitator at Secondary School 5 at Krasnoyarsk, Russia. She has 37 years of teaching experience. She received Teachers Excellence Award in 1998 and 1999 from American councils. She attended International Teachers Conference at the University of Delaware, Education National Project Awardee in 2006, and a teacher mentor. She is a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, Microsoft Master Trainer, Wakelet Ambassador, Bunsey Ambassador, Flipgrid Student Voice Ambassador, and she is spreading happiness around the globe by being a happiness facilitator in Human Happiness Project 2021. She is truly an inspiring woman who is open minded and willing to change. She embraces tech challenges and makes the best of them. Let me welcome an educator, the woman of 21st century who is a change maker. Please welcome Mrs. Nadia. Mrs. Nadia, you can on your camera. Just a minute. We give her time to on the camera. And yeah, she's in.
Maybe. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Okay. You can start,
do you
Mrs.
see my
Nadia.
screen, Nirmala?
It's loading. Yes,
It's
I
loading.
yes, Wakelet, yes. You can continue.
So yes, hello dear educators. Thanks to Nirmala ma'am and Ruben for inviting me to this very respected forum of global educators to celebrate International Women's Day. I'm very proud to be a participant, a presenter at this event. And I would love to share my story of success. So I would start with a definition. Define success is in your own terms. Achieve it by your own rules and build a life you are proud to live. So I think that I'm quite successful, and I lived my life by my own rules, really, and I built a life I can be proud of. So I was inspired by Dr. Asma when she said that her success story started with solid education. So I think that so education is very important for in life of every person, especially in life of women. And so I was happy to have a good school education and a university education in Russia, and that helps me to be successful, to be a well-educated person throughout my life. So I had the two groundbreaking points in my life. One of them was a family challenge when I had to grow two of my daughters on my own, and that was a hard time for me. And I think so. The words by some known person prove my life. So she was powerful, not because she wasn't scared, but because she went on so strongly despite the fear. Yes, I was scared to be on my own, but that fear made me stronger, and that made me survive. And another strong, crucial point in my career was my success story in the Teachers Excellence Award program by American councils. It was a really important event in my life when I spent 7 weeks in Delaware. It was my first ever international experience of collaboration, cooperation with global educators, presenting at the first international conference. And it was my breakthrough since when my career growth began. It opened my mind and eyes wide, and it made me change. Since that time, I became a a change maker, a multitasker, and a lifelong learner. These are three words which best describe me. So, as an educator, I'm proud to be inspired teacher, willing to change and bring change into the classroom, to make education up to date, and to develop students' skills and competencies. I'm also willing to share with my global and local educators to support them, encourage them, and teach them to use modern technologies and approaches. So, and I'm always happy to follow my students and my trainees' achievements, especially now that I'm a Microsoft trainer, and I have trained over 500 educators. And I'm always proud to see my trainees, teachers from India, for example, becoming Wakelet ambassadors or Bansi ambassadors. That inspires me to teach and train more, to share my experience worldwide. The history of international of women liberation came to the point when people around the world celebrate Women's Day and empower their personality, their professional development. So, as a woman of the 21st century, I feel no boundaries in personal and professional development. I know that I have every opportunity to develop myself, to develop my skills and competencies. I have got some inspirations in my life. The major inspiration is, of course, my family, my daughters, my grandchildren, who inspire me to stay healthy, both physically and mentally. So, besides, my students inspire me to be up to date in spite of my age, to be aware of all of the new trends in education and in social and international life. So, besides, I'm proud to have a lot of fellow educators who support me, who follow me, who are always near, who I call friends, and I'm always willing to learn from them and to share my life experience, my teaching experience with them, to develop their skills. So I should say that I consider my life successful, and I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took an excuse. Well, I guess I was very brief, but I think that is all I wanted to tell you about myself. So the main point in my life is that I'm a change maker, a lifelong learner, and I'm a multitasker. And as Nirmala said, so I never consider the time and the date whenever it comes to some global projects, some collaboration or cooperation. So thank you for watching me. I think I was rather nervous and very brief.
You have done a great job. Thank you, Mrs. Nadia, for the great sharing. And most importantly, you have shared your inspiring stories to many of us. And I'm very sure that some of us here are listening attentively to get inspired from your stories. And you will never say no to any one of us whoever asking for help. Anytime, any day, any date, you are there to organize even a very short webinar for us to learn about the usage of tools in engaging our students. I am so happy to know an amazing educator like you, a mentor like you, and I hope many others will definitely approaching you to help them. Thank you, Mrs. Nadia, for the great sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll come back for the second round. Now, I would like to welcome our last speaker, Last but not least, I would like to welcome the last speaker, who is Mrs. Gartatik Suhakar from Indonesia. She is an English language subject teacher who always wants to know something new and share knowledge with other people. She was born in a very remote small village where at that time no other woman went to any higher education institution. There were no facilities for studying, no electricity, only muddy roads in the rainy seasons and dusty one in the dry. What made her happy was the stranded small library without any good care in the village by the authority. Her destiny started from there until she is now an English language teacher at SMP Negeri 2, Belora. She is a MIEE expert from 2017 until now, MIE Master Trainer 2020 until now, and she's like hardly taking a rest. I guess she's training quite a number of educators in Indonesia, and she's a proud mom of 6 children. Now she's still active in having collaborations via Skype, Microsoft Teams, Flipgrid, Wakelet, where she travels thousands and hundreds of miles to collaborate with other educators and global students. She is tremendously doing well in engaging local and global educators. Let me welcome Mrs. Gartatik Suhakar to share her amazing, inspiring stories. Please welcome Cegu Gartatik.
Okay, thank you, Miss Nirmala Devi. Assalamualaikum and very good evening, Miss Dr. Asma and Madam Nadezda and Miss Preeti. Thank you very much for giving me chance to talk here with all the great educators that I am inspired. Miss Nadezda always helps me, and she is one of my favorite educators. So from her profile, I try to do my best because she is really a hardworking educator. I always contact her whenever I get difficulty, and she is always ready to help me. I am here because of her too. Thank you very much. Well, okay. What I'm going to share with you here is about my journey, my education, and about what I have already been doing. Perhaps for most people, it is common to have a good education for women, but for me, it is not. In my village, in my area, it is something very weird to have a good education for girls. So when I was born in 1970, and then when I was 6 years old, I went to school barefooted. I did not have any shoes. I didn't have any body lotion, and I went to an elementary school close to my house. So something what we say made me happy is my father. My father was a carpenter and a farmer who always tried to teach me in the evening after doing prayer how to write well, how to write in a good what we say spelling, and what we say we didn't have any facilities at all at that time. We didn't have any electricity, so we just had a kind of lamp that was from a kerosene, and we put some cotton and we light it. And when when we got up in the morning, something very black here on our nose because of the like ash, yeah, coming from that light. And when I was graduated from primary school, I remember that there were only 12 students at that time, 4 boys and 8 girls, and only 3 of us went to junior high school, 2 girls and 1 boy. And after that, many people just were asking us what we are going to do after we finish our school. So why should women go to next school? Why didn't we get married after finishing our elementary school? Because one of my classmates also got married soon as she was graduated from elementary school. So she was only around 12 years old when she got married. But I didn't know what she felt, whether she was happy or not. But I just felt that it was terrible for me. So I went to next school. It is 3 kilometers from my home, and I had to walk in the rainy season because there is no road, no good road with asphalt. No, so it is only road with mud. When it is dry season, it is dusty, and when it is rainy season, it is so muddy. And I walked for 3 kilometers, taking my shoes. And when I arrived at school, and then I wash my feet and I put on my shoes, and I continued to senior high school, and it is more. It was much more difficult because it was around 15 kilometers, and sometimes we didn't get a public transport. So in the evening, when we went home, and then we had to sometime to get like a lift from a truck or from any car that were going to go to my sub district, and then from my sub district I will continue to walk. So after finishing my senior high school, my mom actually asked me to get married because someone proposed me, but I rejected. Because I didn't want to get married soon. I still wanted to continue my study. So I asked my mom to tell the person that I didn't want to get married. I didn't want to marry him. And my mom, actually, my mom was, it was not any problem with my mom if I didn't get married, but my relatives told me that I was too old to get married if I had to continue my study. But I still insisted my mom that I would be okay if I still continue my study. So I continued to to the university. It is very far because it is in different province, and it took me 1 day long public transport. By changes so many times of buses and small cars. But I was happy because I can meet many people in the university. I got many friends, and then I also had some friends from abroad because there were so many universities at that town. It is a kind of a big city with many big universities. And after after finishing my undergrad, and I had to get married. I had to get married because my mother insisted me that I have been 23 at that time, and it was the time to get married. So I was married to my now husband. At the time, my husband was still studying in a different province, again in different city. So we were apart, and finally we had 2 children, and I became a lecturer in my alma mater. And my husband didn't have any job yet because he just graduated from his university. And after 5 years teaching at my alma mater, and then my mom asked me to go home so I can perhaps help my environments to do something to make them better. And I went back home. I became a teacher in a remote area. It is around 34 kilometers from my home, and it was near a cave. And then it is a kind of special village. Once there was a governor who was leading our our province who were doing guerrilla there. So to make the, what we say, to give a kind of reward to the village, and then there was a junior high school, and I was teaching there. You know, it was really incredible to teach there. The students are from villages. No, I mean, nobody went to the school by car or by motorcycle. They just walk, and then they just, what we say, road bicycle. But when the road was bad, they put the bicycle somewhere, and then they continued walking to school. So that's why I try to do my best in teaching them, because they were brilliant, but perhaps they didn't have any chance to learn. But the culture was still the same. It is still like conventional, as long as they finished their junior high school, their mother or their father asked them to get married. So I try to persuade the students to go on in the education. So my husband and I try to invite them to my home in Ramadan, in fasting months. So we fed them for the students who were willing to do so, to spend the night at our house. Our house is in a village too, so we had a big house, and we taught them how to recite Quran. We taught them how to sew and how to cook, and they spend some nights at my house. And luckily, I'm glad that one of my students now is studying in Australia. So the students were actually brilliant, but because of the situations, they got difficulty to continue to higher education. And I was really, eager to continue my master, but I didn't have any chance yet, because I always, had to take care of my small children. And while I was moving to another school, because there was a kind of rolling that I had to move to another school, and then my ex-school principal did his master degree, and he asked me to always translate the materials on the the resources from English to Indonesian. And I really had a great intention to do my master degree. And while I was having 5 children, I had a chance to get scholarship, kind of double degree in Diponegoro University in Indonesia. While I was doing my master in Indonesia, I was also getting a chance to study in University Putra Malaysia, Selangor, Malaysia. So it opened my mind more. I met international students. I met many people who inspired me. I visited my friends in Johor, or I visited my friend somewhere in Bangkok or in Singapore, and it made me really I am only someone little. I needed to learn more. And I remember what one of my lecturer in Diponegoro University told me, because when I asked my authority in my town, actually I wanted to go to study in Malaysia, and then they said to me that, why do you have to go outside? There are so many teachers now who haven't finished their undergraduate. They only doing their diploma, and then you are not going to, then you are going to do your master abroad, and our government doesn't have any support for you. That's okay. I met the region at that time. I just asked him to have 3 minutes to talk with the region, and fortunately I could talk to him. I told my intention. I got scholarship, and it is a great opportunity for me to go. And when it is still difficult because of the bureaucracy, I told my lecturer in Diponegoro University, and he told me like this: Gartati, if you just have your education in your region, and then your students perhaps will only be a kind of a district head or a region, but if you go to another country and then you will inspire your young scholar, someday later your young scholar will be ambassadors or will be governor or will be president. It really made me have more spirit to go to the next education. And I was back to Indonesia when I finished my study in University Putra Malaysia, and the government rolled me again. I was located to another school here now in SMP Negeri 2 Blora. It is a kind of junior high school, and I have different kinds of students. Here it is in a town, although it is a small town, but they have different, what we say, different style of study. But I know that although we have actually we have the same children, we have the same teenagers, but I know that the facilities they have are different. So I try to always facilitate them to connect with other educators or to connect with other students from abroad. So that's why I was very active in Skype. It is also because sometimes I did my Skype with Miss Nadisda, did my Flipgrid with Miss Nadisda. And thanks God, last June 2020, I was selected to represent Indonesia in speaking in a global learning week to talk about our experience in utilizing Flipgrid with my student at school. And then I also always offer some students who couldn't afford to go to the higher education, and then I offer them to stay at my house, and then I will send them to senior high school. And some were okay, but some told me that, oh, what for should I go to the next education? But now one of my foster children had already graduated from Diponegoro University, and I still offer some other chances if there are some students who couldn't afford their education. My friends and I try to support them. For example, just to pay the tuition fee or to pay the uniforms. But at least we try to make their education not stop at that phase. And again, this is because my mother, I mean, the inspiration also comes actually from my mother, because my father passed away when I was in the second year of junior high school. I was 14 years because I was born as a first child. I have three younger brother. Sorry, two younger brother and one younger sister, and I had to help my mom much. I had to help my mom to bring something from market home or to take something from home to the market, because my mother opened a kind of a stall at home to what we say sell such kind of rice or daily needs. And in the morning, I had to ride bicycle by bringing some for example rice or corns, and then to be sold and in the market. And then in the afternoon I will bring something from the market that my mother had already bought and entrusted to someone. So I just took it at that house. And actually my mother is a really hardworking and tough woman. She never complained. She never told us the difficulty. She had to send us the 4 children to universities, and she is okay. She never complains. She always believes that every child has their own blessing from God, that we will be enough. God will give us abundance if we believe in Him. That is my mother. So until now, I also do social work. Like I teach in a private school in the afternoon before pandemic. It is just a kind of sharing, because I want every students have the same chance. When my school also have chance to collaborate with other students in abroad, and then I also try to teach the students in private schools to get the same chance. And sometimes I also ask my children, my older children, if they come to my city because they are working somewhere outside of the city, and then I invite them to go to that private school and then to share what they are experiencing in their workplace. So children also know, okay, and these people have this kind of profession and these people have different kinds of professions, what are good for them, and then they will try to do so. And until now, I am also still active in managing my students to go volunteering. So once I just met a volunteer who told me that actually doing volunteering must be 18 years plus. But I asked him whether my students can do volunteering or not while they are only 12 to 15 years old, and then they try to what we say, to facilitate us. So I try to bring my students from the area to the different world. So we arranged the work camp program to Thailand. We went to Thailand twice. Once we had the zoo in Songkla, and then the students have presentation in Taksin University. They present about the local culture from my city. And then they also help the fishermen in Satun province, Thailand, to plant mangrove with other volunteers
Thank
and with
you,
the Soviets.
Mrs. Gartatik. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Actually, we are going to the second round. What an incredible educator you are. And I'm sure all of us are touched with your hardships that you have gone through from younger days until now, your achievement up to bringing your students to so many, a few countries that you mentioned just now, and you managed to further your studies in Malaysia, University Putra Malaysia, if not mistaken, you said just now, right? So it is an incredible achievement for you, and we are proud to have you. I'm sure women out there, you agree with me that we are lucky to have an educator like Mrs. Kartatik. And we are going to prepare for the next round, Mrs. Kartatik. So you are going to say something about 21st century woman and some questions related to it. So I'll meet you again. Thank you, Cikgu Kartatik.
Okay.
While we are celebrating women in the present, we do not forget the women locally and globally who had inspired us in the past, who had to go the extra miles to overcome gender stereotypes back when it was socially unacceptable for women to hold positions of power, breaking the glass ceiling and paving the way for more women leaders today. Women leaders starting from Mother Teresa, Samsia Fake, Shibil Gartikesu, Indira Gandhi, Benazir Bhutto, Kalpana Chawla, Lady Diana, Helen Keller, and many more. We are not forgetting their sacrifices and inspirations for us until today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our speakers are not just any women. They are the trailblazers who will inspire you through their achievements to be a better version of yourself and to never give up in reaching your dreams. Now we are coming to the end of our discussion. I would like to get our speakers to say something about their views about 20 women in 21st century. Let me welcome our first speaker, Dr. Azma from Malaysia, to give her view.
All right, back again.
Yes,
well,
Dr.
to me, I think whether it is the 21st century or the 22nd century or the 20th century or whatever, the role of a woman is still the same. We do make a difference. I think that is something that we need to hold on to, and we need to believe in it. And we should continue making ourselves relevant to the present time, so that so that we can actually really make a difference. That's one of the reasons why I always share with my teachers, for the teachers that I have been engaging with, do not stop learning. Continue to explore new things. even at 62, I'm still exploring. All right, for those of you who do not know, that I think the learning will take place until the day we leave this world. So continue to study, continue to look at things differently. That is the only way we can actually make a difference. We as educators, our main stakeholders are our children. If we do not continue to stay relevant, how can you affect the life of your children? So that is something that I would like to emphasize on to all teachers, especially the younger teachers out there. The 21st century is a very volatile century with the internet, with the interconnectivity and things like that. Things happen, things changes very rapidly. If we stop and if we are complacent, if we are in our comfort zone for too long, then the effect is not on us, but the effect is on our students, on the children that we are engaging with. So please, stay alert, stay relevant, stay motivated. Remember, we are an important part of the society. We can actually make or break a future of a person. Right. So with that, I think thank you again for Inspire Malaysia for having this session. This is actually a really wonderful one. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Azma, for the great sharing. And we are looking for answer for 21st century, and she has given an answer for 22nd century. Well done to Dr. Azma. Okay, thank you. And now I move on to our second speaker. Welcome, Mrs. Priti Kantake. We would like to invite you to share your opinion, your views about women in 21st century.
As my ma'am told that situation for the woman is not going to change whether she is a businesswoman or a labor in a small town. She have to fight her own battle with whatever situation she is having. So just to try, keep on trying. Don't lose your hope. Keep yourself updated. uh, be a seeker for knowledge, get the knowledge. uh, be a responsible for everything you are doing, and also be productive for the society. Whatever you are doing, just think that it is not for just you, but you also try to help others, other not only girls but other person in the society. And be humble, be careful, be trustful. And 21st century skills are must for every lady, not for teachers, but every lady should learn the technology. She should use the yeah, she is using different uh, uh, home appliances which are updated, which are she is learning. So why don't you update yourself in society also? Sorry. So share your knowledge, whatever skills you are having, just share it. Use different platforms, inspire others, and be inspired by someone like the people around you. So thank you once again. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my views, and congratulations to all the persons here, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Priti Kantake, for the lovely sharing. And you too agree with Dr. Asma that women in 21st century should not stop learning, and they need to embrace technology and be themselves and stand for themselves. Thank you, Mrs. Priti Kantake. Now I would like to welcome our third speaker, Mrs. Nadia from Russia, to share her thoughts on of the same question, that is women in 21st century.
Yes, we are happy, we are lucky to live in the 21st century, which is developing with fast pace. And women, modern women, have to be really hardworking to keep up with the tempo of the society development. We have to stay alert, to be aware of all the advancements and breakthroughs of the modern society. And our modern women have to be change makers, to change their own life, to change the life of their children, and the life of their community. So many of the presenters today are real change makers for the community, even at the global level. That's why we have to be strong and willing to change ourselves and willing to change our communities. And besides, we have to be multitaskers because still we have to keep our family going, to educate our children and do our job, our career. And most importantly, now these days, especially during the pandemic, women have to be the heart of the family, the heart of their community. That is, they have to support mindfulness and the gratitude in themselves and in other people to keep them socially and emotionally healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Nadia, for the great sharing. And we need to be equipped with intelligence and knowledge, and also, embracing not only embracing technology, but also we need to be brave to face the situations in the 21st century. Thank you, Mrs. Nadia. And last but not least, let me welcome Mrs. Gartatik from Indonesia to share her view about women in 21st century. Please welcome Mrs. Gartatik.
Okay, Ms. Nirmala, thank you. I guess I agree to all the educators that just spoke now, and I also would like to say that actually, whatever our professions is, we have to do our professions as well as possible, and as human beings, I mean, and social human beings, we women also have to get along with our community and help each other. And as educator, like me, like us, for example, our task is now much more complicated in the 21st century, with more younger scholars who can learn faster, be it in good and bad things. So we have to, it is really difficult sometimes to what we say, to make them to get used to learn something good, not only the bad things, because now you know that in this era, because of the easily access to the internet, and then they sometimes forget what actually they have to be responsible. So it is our role as female educators that we have to be also good at technology. At least we know how to use it, how to avoid something bad from the technology. Okay, thank you once again for having me here to what we said, to speak with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gartatik, for giving the valuable summary in inspiring women in 21st century. Well, I guess all our speakers were able to give their point of views in how women in 21st century should be. Okay. Thanks to all of our speakers. Now, without further ado, let us move on to the award ceremony. Let us watch together the award ceremony in celebrating inspiring women around us. Congratulations to all the women recipients of this award on today's occasion under Inspire Malaysia. And some of you will have tendered the application, but then you did not provide quite number of information. Due to that, your nomination is not successful for this time. You can always give a try for next year. Please do not give up. Now let us watch the video for the function, for the award ceremony. Congratulations to all the 150 women of the Global Inspiring Women's Award 2020. You can check your names in Inspire Malaysia Facebook, and a certificate will be emailed to you for receiving this award. Congratulations once again. For those who are not able to get this time, you can always you can fill in the link, the form again next year. Well, the influential women are the image of confidence, grace, and everlasting strength. As days goes by, women continue to build success not only in their hometowns but also overseas. These amazing women are not only known for their contribution to their respective industries but also in enriching the life of others. A strong woman is one who feels deeply and lovely fiercely. Her tears flow as abundantly as her laughter. A strong woman is both soft and powerful. She is both practical and spiritual. A strong woman loves, forgives, walks away, lets go, tries again, and perseveres, not matter what life at her. Thank you to Mr. Ruben Arumugam once again for celebrating the achievements of women around the globe. And thank you to all of you for tuning in to watch this Global Inspiring Women's Award 2020. All of the attendees of this event will be given a certificate. So do not forget to fill in the attendance link that is shown on the screen. The attendance link will be closed within an hour, so please fill in correctly and make sure your email address is correct so that the certificates can be sent to you. And do not forget to subscribe to Inspire Malaysia YouTube channel until we meet again in next program and in next year Global Inspiring Women's Award 2021. Until then, goodbye.